The war drums are getting louder in the Middle East. Missiles, warnings, red lines. But somewhere in the middle of it all stands India's not-so-friendly neighbor Pakistan. Not as a fighter, not yet, but as a messenger. Over the past week, Pakistan has quietly stepped into one of the most dangerous roles in global politics, which is the peace broker between the United States and Iran. Phone calls were made at the highest level. Pakistan's Army Chief Field Marshal Munir reached out directly to US President Donald Trump. Soon after, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif spoke with Iran's President Ebrahim Raisi. The message was quite simple: talk before it's too late. Pakistan even went a step further, offering itself as neutral ground for negotiations. A possible table, a possible truce, a possible pause in a war that is already shaking global energy markets. Behind the scenes, Islamabad reportedly carried messages between Washington and Tehran. Even a 15-point US peace proposal was delivered. But Tehran said no, and that's where the story changes. Because Pakistan's role isn't just about diplomacy. It's about survival. Geographically, Pakistan is situated adjacent to Iran. Politically, it walks a tightrope between two worlds. On one side, the United States, a partner it has been rebuilding ties with. Strategic conversations, economic deals, quiet alignment. On the other hand, Iran, a neighbor, a shared border, a deeply connected population. As we know, Pakistan is home to the second largest Shia population in the world after Iran. And when Iran's supreme leader was killed at the start of this conflict, protests erupted across Pakistan. This is not a distant war for Islamabad. This is a war that echoes inside its own borders. And yet Pakistan still stepped forward, offering itself as a bridge between two enemies who barely speak to each other anymore. Why? Because if it succeeds, the reward is massive. Pakistan could re-emerge as a global diplomatic player, something it hasn't seen since the 1970s, when it helped facilitate the historic US-China opening. But if it fails, the consequences could be immediate. Because there is a problem. A big one. Saudi Arabia. Pakistan has a mutual defense pact with Riyadh, signed just months ago. On paper, it's simple. If Saudi Arabia is attacked, Pakistan is expected to stand with it. Now, as the Iran conflict intensifies, Tehran has already signaled its willingness to target Gulf states. And if Saudi Arabia gets dragged deeper into this war, Pakistan may no longer have the luxury of neutrality. Imagine the scenario. Pakistan trying to mediate peace with Iran, but is suddenly obligated to defend Saudi Arabia against the very country it's negotiating with. That's not diplomacy. That's a trap. And Islamabad knows it. That's why, even as it passes messages and hosts talks, Pakistan is also trying to buy time, delay escalation, keep doors open, keep options alive. Because stepping into the war directly, especially on its western border, would stretch its military, destabilize its internal security, and deepen existing conflicts, including tensions with the Afghan Taliban and unrest in Balochistan. So for now, Pakistan walks a razor's edge. Talking to Washington, talking to Tehran, reassuring Riyadh. 3 directions, 3 pressures. 1 misstep away from being pulled into the storm. The world sees Pakistan as a potential peace broker. But inside Islamabad, the calculation is far more urgent. This isn't just about stopping a war. It's about making sure that the mediator doesn't become the next battlefield.